Okay, I am going to attempt to do this again. I tried to do this training earlier and my internet was not working well, so we'll try it again. Alright, so I wanted to show you a couple of things about making life easier when you're posting in parties. The first thing I did was, here, let me delete this. I'll show you how I made this right here, which holds all of my parties for the week. So what I did was I right-clicked up here. I added a folder. It came up here because it was going to add it to June 18th, and I just put it under the bookmarks bar. And I'm going to name it June 25th, and hit enter. So when it populates, it's going to populate down here. So I'm just going to have to come up here and slide it up here. The reason for this is because it makes posting in your parties a lot easier. So all I have to do is right click. I open them all in a new window. I lower this window. And then I've got all my parties right here ready for me to post in them. So what I'm going to do is, this is my template. I have it in Evernote, and so it's 1 o'clock. So I'm going to do my 1 o'clock postings, and you're going to kind of hang along with me. All right, so 1 o'clock. I pop this in here. I have a folder with a lot of different folders in it that's got all of my stuff for my virtual parties. I have some day one stuff that pertain only to day one, and those I'll use over and over. Some are like, not that one. Some are just booking, so different pictures that I use for booking. I try to change it up so that it's not the same. I don't know how my daughter got in there. That's funny. Anyways, I try to just change it up so that, they've got something different to look at all the time. All right, nonstick sprays. I gotta go back there. Anyway, so I have one with products in it, and so we're doing the kitchen spritzer. View, clean up by kind. So that'll arrange it by alphabetically. So I have 2 pictures of the kitchen spritzer, and I pop this over in the corner, and as long as I've got this highlighted, I can drag it in here. So now I drag. Okay, okay. All right, so sometimes it takes a minute. So I hit start, and I start my timer. So now I'm just going to go fill up the rest of these. And B, drag. Oh, did I only get one? Oh. So sometimes I made a mistake. All right, so there. I just go through. This is why I say it's just as easy to do one as it is to do more than one. Now, there are some people who are going to groups, and I may be one of those. I'm really debating it just because of the fact that you can use Post My Party. The biggest thing that you have to do, okay, my timer's at 40 seconds, so I can hit it again. I wait 30 seconds in between. The biggest thing with having an automated poster is you have to check in on it. You can't just set it and forget it, because that's exactly what will happen, is you will forget it. All right, so now, all right, so that one, it's been another 30 seconds. So I'm just hitting enter. I'm going to my second one. It says kitchen tip. So I will look at my kitchen tips over here, see what I have. Products. So I go to, of course it's alphabetical, and now I can't find it. Tips. It's tips, not kitchen tips. Oh my gosh, you guys are probably like, I see it. You're blind. What the heck? So another 30 seconds went by, so I'm hitting post again. I have not had an issue as long as I'm doing it every 30 seconds. So I'm going to do this one: freeze lemon ice squeezes into a cupcake pan for large ice cubes meant for pictures. I think this is a cute one, and I haven't done it in a while. So, all right. So I'm just dragging it in here. And you know what? It's been another 30 seconds, so I hit enter. and then here. And now I just wait for the next 30 seconds and I go through. I'll do my whole round so that you can kind of see and you can decide if this is for you. And then I'll go into my notifications and how I do my notifications. The biggest thing is you need to space it apart, because if you do it too close together, Facebook will block you and put you in Facebook jail. And I've been in jail, and it really messes up your shows, especially at the time I had 10 going and I had pre-parties for another 7 or 5 or something like that. And it was a nightmare. All right, so you don't want to be in Facebook jail, and that's why you separate them by usually 30 seconds each. So, all right, so I'm going to hit this one. All right, so it's been 30 seconds. So now what I do is I come back to the beginning and I'm going to hit enter. But while I'm waiting for that 30 seconds, I'm going to do my third one. All right, so brownie pan. All right, so I'm going to have it locked and loaded, ready to roll. And I'm going to go back to products. And I don't have a thing for the brownie pan, so I just have it in a picture. And I'll scooch this over here. All right, it's been 30 seconds. So now I'm going to paste and I'm going to drag in. Now if you've got an automatic poster, obviously it's going to be a lot easier because you load your template in there. The one thing that I would just caution is to make sure that it's fresh. Don't do the same thing all the time. Take the time to go in there and change out the kitchen tips. And if you set it up to where it's automated so that you're like, okay, all right, so at at 7 o'clock is in the morning is when I do my kitchen tips. So you don't have to think about, okay, where's the kitchen tip for the day? Where do I have to go find it? Make it easy on yourself so you don't have to think. I mean, that's the biggest thing that you want to do with these parties, whether you're doing groups or events or anything, is you want to make it super duper easy so you don't have to think about it. And I will show you some of the ways that I do that personally. But let me get through this and then I will show you that. But I just want to show you like the whole process. It's going to take me 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes to do this whole process. It's not too terribly bad. Oh, and then you just, as you're doing it, as you're waiting those 30 seconds, you're just locked and loaded and ready to go, so that in the end, all you have to do is hit enter and then close out the tab. Enter and close out the tab. And then I'm going to show you about the notifications. But I just want to show you this. This is exactly how I do it each day. And, it doesn't really take that long, but if you don't have the time, then you may want to look at groups. Now, like I said, a lot of people are going to groups, and I may go to groups just because, I'm a clock watcher, and so I'm watching the clock all day long, saying, "Ooh, now I need to post. Ooh, now I need to post." So, and I do have other things, that I could do. And then if I just checked in on my parties around those times, then that would be pretty easy. All right, so we've just got a little bit longer here. But like I said, I just want to show you real time. This is how it goes. I've got my timer on my phone, and it's just rolling up. And so every 30 seconds, so on the 30 and on the 0 is when I'm hitting post. Just because. And the other thing too is I do post more than some people do. Some people only like to post, I guess I hit enter already. Did I miss a post? I don't know. Anyways, some people, I don't know, what the heck. Did I miss one? Oh, I missed the tip. There we go. All right, so I'll do this, and then I'll load the tip. All right, let me go find the tip again. Tip. And I try to do the same in all of them, that way it stays uniform. I don't know. All right, so now I come back to the beginning. And I'm waiting my 30 seconds. So, and there's other things that I can do while I'm doing this. That's why I have, I have my other thing. But sometimes it bogs the internet down a little bit too much. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. All right, so now I'm doing the last one and I'm just closing out because I don't need these windows anymore. I will keep the last one open because then I'm going to show you how I do my notifications. And I don't need this anymore. All right, so all right, so next one is done. I'll show you here. This is how I do my templates. Because I'm manually posting, I have them done by the day, so I don't have to scroll down so far. Everything has a time on it. I have early bird wording because, you know, our goal is to get them as close to 30 as going, as close to 30 as possible, as close to 30 going as possible, if I could speak. So I just have everything in here. I have the pre-party in here. And it's all ready to roll. All right, so the other thing that I have too is my reminders. I have all of my reminders. I'll set that over there. All of my reminders in here, post and VPs. I did that this morning. So anything that's purple is past due. I don't think these are in order. I forgot how to put them in order. Reminders. Anyways, I'll figure it out. On my other one, I have it in order, so everything that's past due is on the top. Whoop, whoop. Another one. All right. But it tells me when to post. It tells me, you know, did your host do their host tips? I click on a link, and it tells me what I need to say to my host, and it's got a couple of different versions in there. You know, just different wording. I'm not the greatest at wording, so having something like that really helps me. Being specific about what I need to do. I also have the reminders in here. These are not in any order, but I try to title them the same. So Thursday I have a Google form, so, you know, it takes me right to my Google form so that I can see who's posted in it and, you know, what I need to do, who I need to follow up with, all of that, right? So that's really cool. Time to post again. The worst thing I have to do is just sit here and keep my phone from going blank. All right. So one more after that. So this is all of my reminders. I have everything that I'm doing is part of Trisha's training. And I just broke it up into reminders for me. You may want one big reminder. This is what I need to do all day Friday. I like a reminder system that tells me every little thing because I like to check these little boxes and feel like I've done something. All right, so that is it. I did my actual postings for 1 o'clock. Now I'm going to check my notifications. So I come here, and this is, you know, this is exactly what I do. I go down, I scroll all the way to the bottom. All right, so, yeah, all the way. All right, so there's some white, so that's probably where I stopped last time. Open link. That one's white, so I must have looked at it. All right, so I'm just going to the little green dialog boxes. You have to look for, I'll show you another one if somebody posts. If somebody posts in something, it looks like this, so you have to be sure. But I'm just going right to the comments because these are the most important part of our job, is checking those comments and interacting with our customers. So, and mostly I'm looking for ones for my there's a tag in my events. All right. So there they all are. That's everything. Now, nobody's interacted since then, so this is the last one 4 minutes ago. I mark them all as red. That way, if anybody posts in between, sometimes I forget and then I have to go back through. But that way, anything that comes up on your notifications is new. So you know what? I go here, and it takes you right to where it was. Okay, so I had already commented on that. It must have come up. And I hit love for everyone who guesses. All right, so somebody, woohoo, great job, ladies. That was from Joby. So, I'm just making sure. All right, so there's not a lot of love here, so I missed those posts. And Facebook will clump your notifications together, so I won't get any other notifications because I've gotten all of these before and they just somehow kind of work together. It goes right down. I've missed a couple of loves. I just want to make sure I'm interacting with everybody. So this is probably the hardest part for me, just because I'm not great at small talk. I'm great at reacting, hitting the love button, but trying to find things to say. So somebody's asking about the Dutch oven. Great idea, regardless. Excited. And then if I don't like it, I don't, half the time I don't know what to say, but as long as I'm saying something, I could use an extra million right now. It would really help out your family budget right now. Just thinking of something to say. Can opener. Nice. I do love my can opener. Just something so that you're interacting with people. So she said an extra $400 is what she would need for her family budget. That can... Okay, and I'm an 80s person, so totally awesome, and all of those 80s words are, my thing. That can totally happen without even leaving your home. Would you like more? I don't know. I don't want to ask if she wants more info. I just want to leave her hanging. There you go. We'll see what she comments. Oh, those are, okay, these are other ones. They're not, all right. And this is how I keep up with my posts in my groups too. I would usually go through there. So that's how I do the notifications. That's how they don't get on my nerves. And guess what? I'm a check the mark. I don't like a whole lot of things outstanding, so I don't have any outstanding notifications right now. I do need to look at those, which I will take a look at later. All right. So once again, I went through here and I just put everything as easy as possible. But I do want to show you in the Bazaar Bullet Train, right here, getting started with your first virtual parties. They're starting to do coaching with the groups instead of events. And it tells you everything you need. Confirmation as soon as you set it up. What to say to your host. Now, some of these words are a little bit different than Trisha's training. But, you can use Trisha's. You can use a combination of both of them. It's a little bit different. It's got some different, things, some different pictures. And then it's got the template in here of what you're posting, the pre-posting party. This one is really good because how you can change the notifications from your computer. I have one where it says, this one right here. I'll drag it. Oh, it won't. Let me see if I can drag it over here. So this will tell you when you have a group, how to, did you come to the group or return and everything is out of order? Just under the cover photo or pinned post, you'll see an arrow. Click the area to change the toggle from recent to new post. Everything will adjust by the original posted time. Now that's really important for me. That's important for the training group that Trisha's doing, because if you want to see things in order, my brain only works in order. It doesn't compute out of order. Then this is an important thing. I kept this because I was like, well, I was copying something from another event for us. And then I'm like, well, when I go to groups or if I go to groups, then this is going to be an important post to keep in there. So I just wanted to show you that. But that is how I'm keeping things together. I did want to say that last week I ran 7 parties. I had $2,500 in sales. I had 15 bookings and 1 recruit. So if you're not doing virtual parties, you're leaving money on the table, and I'd hate for you to do that. I'm in a program where I need to do 8 shows a month and do 8 shows and recruit 2 people. It's the 11th, and I've submitted 10 shows, first time ever. I was scraping to get the 8 shows, and I already have my first recruit for the month, and I had my 2 for last month. Other months I had to take passes because of not having enough people. So, you know, like I'm saying, this is a great way to earn money. You don't have to leave your home. And there are many different ways to do it. And if you have questions, then just ask me. I would love to help you. I would love to help you make things simple. And if I think of anything else, then I will do another video. Thanks, guys.